start reading the B-movie script while you decide?
Not even gonna lie, I forgot Praxis did that.
But, yeah, no, we're starting, everybody roll hit dice!
I don't have to.
Do it anyway.
I'll roll hit dice for the golem. But, that's... You can also roll more than one hit dice, by the way.
I mean, the golem has an ability for regaining health, and
Yeah, that's why he's sitting in the sand, and that's why I have to look at what I actually said.
Yeah. He doesn't regain health normally via time, because his health is tied to his body.
Alright, I'll use half of them.
Because I put him there before the end of the last session. Has he been in there long enough to regain all of his health? He has less than 70 missing.
How much would he get per, well, I mean...
14 at the start of each turn.
He gains 14 at the start of each turn. That means every 6 seconds he regains health. How long do you need your short rest to be to roll your hit die?
An hour.
Alright, so you have an hour's worth of time to have him regain 14 health. Do you think that's enough time to regain 70 health?
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, he'd only taken 56. 54, I mean. Some number. What? But, Tim.
Oh yeah, last time on TOZ, party was attacked by cactus mantas, they killed everything, the lovers, not lovers, were really awkward after combat, Brido carried Samson back to the sandboat, Nim was once again the star of talking things out. Congrats, we should have Nim in this position more often. Am I missing anything?
Samson broke his hand.
Yeah, Samson punched a rock. Samson decided to fight the earth and lost. Anything else?
Nope.
And everyone say your goodbyes to Samson.
No.
Bye, Hyala.
I spilled my coffee. Go do whatever while I clean up my mess.
Taco.
Okay, good luck, Shay. Don't fall in.
Thanks.
Should I spend another hit die?
Yes.
How many have you spent?
4.
I spent 5 just because I figured half now, maybe half later.
Okay. And you recover them at half per long rest, right?
Mm-hmm. I don't think anyone's ever used this fucking mechanic before.
I should not have rolled that last one.
I've actually used it several times. You can roll all of your hit die in one short rest if you want to.
I can't believe
you got 4 health back on a hit
4
dice.
is so sad.
So
When all of the other ones were over 8.
Oh, Samson got a 4 up there too! Oh, see, you match it. And the only other thing of note is Zanzibar is currently...
The first one we each rolled was an 8, which was funny.
Fighting Doombolt. So there's massive root-like arms soaring through the sky and many explosions.
Yeah, Hyala's just keeping an eye out for another horde.
Hyala keeps an eye out. What the Samson doing?
Okay, so yeah, it is half on finishing along that. Samson's drinking.
Anything in particular, or just whatever he has to hand?
Probably some, like, whiskey.
Yeah, because I don't remember what alcohols you still have on your person.
It's only like a few.
Yeah, so just make sure you deduct that from whichever bottle's which.
Will do. Capitan.
Literally a walking Stu Leonard's over here. I have no idea what's stocked in his shelves. And I asked, Nim doing? But Nim player is currently trying to receive.
Yeah, I fucked up on a daily, and it's fine though. Nim's eating an apple.
Nim's is sitting in there eating an apple.
Oh.
The director said, "Have Nim eat an apple to make her look even more like an asshole." Movie trope, Shay. It's a joke.
No, Nim's just an asshole.
No, I've watched Cinema Sins. I know what you're talking about.
Okay, didn't know.
Can
Can we do the play?
Oh, copyright strike.
So Samson is going to ask Nim if he could get the rest of the poison. The Weaver poison.
Fuck you, I want the poison.
What are you gonna use the poison for?
Nothing, but I want it.
I'm
Fighting
concerned what
character.
Samson's gonna use the poison for.
I'm gonna drink it someday, okay?
Self-harm. That is my concern as well.
Yeah, I haven't been talked to about any plans, so...
You have, just not recently.
Also, this poison has been in our party for a literal year.
This is the familial poison.
Yeah, one thing
It's
has
a
been done.
family poison. It will be passed down to the next family.
Nim's gonna ask, what do you need it for?
Oh, I'm just gonna be working on something.
What you working on? Can I help?
It'd probably be best if you didn't if I'm getting that poison involved.
Well, that's why you should have someone watching an eye on you in case, like, someone has to dump water on you.
Eh, if you want to watch.
Yeah.
Damn, hairbrush is starting to die. So, what's Samson doing with this poison?
I am going to use my thieves' tools to rig up one of my traps.
Ooh, Trappa.
Yeah.
Parappa the Trappa.
So, from what it says, is that I can roll.
By the way, there's 4 ounces of that.
How much do we use for, like, just a simple coating?
I don't know.
No, 7 ounces. My bad, wrong one.
Because I don't know what your trap is, and I don't know how big the thing you're coating is.
They're bear traps, so they're kind of like they're hunting traps, so they're basically like one of those like iron
Iron jaws.
Yeah, like an iron jaws. And like he doesn't need to coat the whole thing.
I'd say maybe a half an ounce if you're doing a light coating, a full ounce if you're coating the entire jaw.
Yeah, I'm only gonna do so. First and foremost, he's gonna try and set the trap normally. See if he can still do it with a broken hand.
That is correct. Samson's hand is broken. Is there normally a roll associated with setting the trap?
It is. Yes, it is a roll of my thieves' tools.
A roll of your thieves' tools? Roll thieves' tools, disadvantage. You have but one hand. You use your fucking feet, apparently, to help you open up this trap.
Samson's good at it.
Yeah, he opens up the
It's
trap.
funny because thieves' tools are one of the things you can take. Expertise in.
Do you have expertise?
No, I don't. But like, it's something that you can take expertise in. funny. Alright. See, he's fiddling around with it. With the broken hands. And he is instead going to not use the poison on it.
Poison int.
So if I do it like that... Shit.
You're mumbling.
And he's just mumbling to himself about stuff.
Mumble. Got it.
Yeah. Okay, Nim.
Yes?
If I tell you where I put this thing, make sure to not step on it.
Thanks for the heads up. Shouldn't you also tell Hyala? She moves a lot more on the battlefield than I do.
Yeah.
Pretty sure she can hear. She's standing right there.
I'm just saying because I figured if me and Hyala are out fighting, it could help keep you safe if you send Mr. Golem out too.
I have Snowdrop with me. Nim boops the snoot.
Boop. As she boops, Snowdrop's ears perk up, and his whisker go out.
Well, never mind then.
You be careful with that hand.
Yeah, it's not very usable as it is. Well, it could be worse.
Oh, I know how to make it better. Give me your hand. She's talking about the bandaged one.
Okay.
Nim will pull out her art supplies and doodle flowers on it so it's pretty.
Oh, Nim.
There you go.
So
See,
just gonna
I put
look at it.
I put a green one, because you know, you like green. Purple one. Purple's a good color. There's a yellow one. There's a blue one for Hyala. There's a pink one for me. And it just goes on pointing out all the colors.
The blue one and the green one are having a fight.
The blue one and the green one are on opposite sides because they're totally not okay with each other right now. And they can't stand to be beside each other.
I'm just picturing she draws a comic, but it's all in flowers. So it just looks like a random spread of flowers. But it actually is like...
And Simpson's just gonna look at it and look back at Nim. And he's actually gonna smile. He's gonna be like, "Thanks, Nim. I think this'll help."
Glad to help.
Hyala roll perception DC 16.
Yay.
Great. If I have to do a roll for me, please. My desk is sticky. I have to like get some pines off.
While you're looking out in the desert, you see the sand shifting amidst all the other chaos that's going on. Moving sideways. Parallel to you. As if there's things underneath the sand about 200 feet out.
Can you show?
How far is that?
Mm-hmm.
That's too far.
170.
That's too far. We'll call it 150.
150.
And it's moving laterally?
Yeah, it's
So
going like
not
a
towards
wah,
us?
and then there's other things that are going wah. You see lines in the sand, shifting and
Wow.
scrolling.
Ooh. But they're not moving towards us.
Not yet.
Can I insight or nature to figure out if they're going to?
If that's
Do
one
I
of the
sense danger?
I'd imagine everything right now to you is danger.
Do I sense danger that is actively coming towards us?
What would such things be? A general insight check, or is there a difference there?
There's also
mean-
survival.
Survival and nature are for doing that for things like animal, wild creature, native species.
So then, I think, yeah, it'd be either survival or nature.
Okay, okay. She survives. I guess Yala's not dying.
Well,
I told you.
your intuition
Did I roll a
the...
second time to see if it double nats?
Yeah, go ahead.
Yes.
I don't think. Would it change anything?
Double
Yes.
natties always change things.
Survival.
No.
Nope.
So,
That roll's garbage.
your intuition.
Good thing you didn't have disadvantage.
Yeah.
Your intuition between the dangers of Zanzibar, the imminent threat of this battle, the fact that you're practically sitting in a nest, all things tell you that such movement patterns indicate a kind of defensive barrier. So your indication is that whatever is moving there is fully aware of your presence.
But it's in a defensive position.
For now, yes.
She'll keep an eye on it.
Oh, Ed, what's your next free day to help me with these headmasters?
Ha! Next Tuesday.
And by free day, I mean literally any amount of time that you don't have something else planned.
When I retire.
Man, you come home from work every night. Bitch.
Yeah? I play Mahjong.
Bow, wah. I see how it is.
Bruh. You should.
Old biddy.
Yes.
What was I saying? Oh, yeah. What were you saying? Something about Hyala.
I'm back.
Hello.
No, not that.
Oh, okay, I'll leave again.
What were you saying about Hyala, Jade?
I don't think I was saying anything about Yala.
Oh.
Be right back.
Be right back.
So, yeah, that's the information you glean. You continue to watch out.
Yeah.
And, Samson's still fuddling with his chat. Oh, yeah, he said he'll be right back. What's the Nim doing?
I don't even know what happened. I just got back.
Hyala's looking out into the sands, and there's a bunch of creatures under the sand defensively, zoning. They're zoners.
Well, what I was gonna say before I left is kind of Samson dependent, so continues to eat her apple and watch Yala.
Nim watches Hyala. What the Hyala doing?
Watching things.
Wow.
The great-
The things
Yes.
should watch Samson, and Samson should watch Nim.
Mhm.
It's the circle of life.
We
It
watch
kills us all.
together. And then Samson gets kidnapped! What?
No, that's Nim's job.
Nim doesn't get to get kidnapped. Nim doesn't get to become the first potted plant.
How could you say such terrible things back to back?
I'm such an asshole. And there goes our PG-13 rating.
That's not how you lose that.
Dead puppies. There goes our PG-13 rating.
No, that's just how you lose monetization. Right now, you're supposed to say they were unalived.
You're pulling my leg, right?
I shit you not.
You're supposed to say things are unalived.
Depending on the content you're talking about, a lot of social media platforms are requiring you to, if you say, like, death, kill, murder, you're supposed to say they were unalived.
You're not supposed to. People just decided that they wanted to meme on the fact that you can't say death or suicide or murder or whatever, and chose the dumbest possible term for it.
Actually,
see, that's
this was
much
the better term, because they used to have a stupider one, I just can't remember.
That's much better than being forcibly told by a bunch of morons on a board that you can't say a normal word because stupid reasons.
I mean, for the first year of the pandemic, people weren't allowed to say coronavirus.
Yeah, I know. It was stupid.
My favorite was the Game Grumps, because they would say the Backstreet Boys tour, world tour, I mean. And at first, when I first heard it, I was like, who the hell's going on tour in a pandemic? Who's letting them do this? Because I hadn't heard about the crackdown yet, and then I realized what they were doing.
Where the hell did Samson go? Well, you know.
He got kidnapped, remember?
You know what I mean.
So, I think... Should I have Yala cast Pass Without Trace?
I was gonna suggest, because Samson still has, like, 2 potions of invisibility? Not potions. Scrolls. That he can use?
Yeah, she'll do it. Pew.
Yala casts Pass Without Trace.
If anybody rolls stealth in the next hour, you get +10. Congrats.
Many thanks.
So this
I
only
can't
applies
wait
to
to-
stealth rolls, right?
I think so, yeah.
Can't wait to roll a 13 and fail. But yeah, that's what I was thinking, so Nim doesn't have to, like, cast a spell.
Yeah. You get a +10 to Dexterity stealth checks, and you can't be tracked except by magical means, though you're not moving, so that kind of doesn't apply. If you do move, you leave behind no tracks or other traces of your passage.
But other than that,
I'm back. Yes, could have kept
back.
playing.
so because I had a thing for Samson, because Samson still has the
Nim had a thing for
scrolls of invisibility.
Samson still is playing with his traps, and Yala just cast Pass Without Trace because of her perception check.
Oh, I heard.
Yeah.
Yeah, we
Which
were still
might-
playing. We just play really slow.
Mhm.
We played. Well, I didn't want to advance anything too far because one of us was not here to make decisions.
I mean, but
Anyway. Anywho's what was Nim gonna do with Samson?
oh, I was gonna say that he has the scrolls of invisibility. He could pop one of those before a fight, since Kiala sees the fight coming, to give him an extra edge in battle.
For a turn.
I mean, her suggestion would be turn invisible and just lie low because your hand is injured.
Yeah. Also, you get a
And then when he
advantage on-
reappears, he's just like shooting things, and she's like, "That's not what I said, but okay." Probably good, so that we don't die.
But yeah, so if Samson can cast invisibility on himself, or even Yala for that matter, and him can also cast haste and twin it, so then you guys have advantage on your attacks. And you can attack twice.
Have the things gotten any closer?
Make another perception check. DC
'Cause-
14.
Yeah, I think when they get into like 80 or something is probably when she'll be like, I'm gonna do something about this. From any direction. In her mind, there's an invisible, like, 80-foot circle around them. And if something gets inside it, she's gonna be like, don't like this.
They have
That's
not
why
gotten
Samson
any
almost lost it.
closer. Just yet.
They did not? Okay.
But they are still kind of swarming and circling. Well, I'm zoomed in so I can actually see your tokens, but they are kind of just passing back and forth.
If you let them get within 60 feet, I can attack all at once.
How? You can't attack things under the ground.
Protect the ground.
Man, I should have taken Tremor, whatever that spell is. Earth Tremor.
Yeah, because Psychic Lance has to be within eyesight, even though you can see where they
Actually, no. Not always. If I know the target's name, I don't have to see them.
I don't think that works for creatures.
That doesn't work with animals that don't have
Well, yeah,
names.
that's why I said not always. I was just letting you...
Well,
Mr. Golem can go attack him.
Yeah. He can burrow.
so what the Samson doing? You setting any actual traps down yet? And if so, where?
So what constitutes the boat again?
Pretty sure I said 40 by 20, right? So it doesn't count the first square, right?
No.
Yeah. So it'd be like 40, and then the last, about that bottom square
Okay.
would be El Boto, the boat of Zanzibar, Zanzibar's boat. Zanzibar's pontoon.
So he is going to
Can I
walk
dash
out
you?
and place it right over here.
Please mark it. I will forget.
Yeah. Also, the boat should probably be under all of us.
Alright.
Whoa. Look at that trap. What a very square trap.
Yeah, that's good enough, right?
So yeah, that's the trap
but-
area.
Can it move like a couple? Yeah.
Shimmy over to the side a little.
Whee. Whoa, now it's off grid. Ah! The shape does not like you. Yay!
The shape doesn't like your request.
Boating.
Sorry, what was that? I had to step out for a sec.
What? Foundry has a problem with Jade's request?
know, whoever would have guessed such a thing could be possible?
Just gotta be nice to Foundry. Right, Foundry? You just want to be treated nice? Yeah, see, there you go. Oh, I love this coin! So Samson placed Uno trap there?
Yep. And that is it takes what did I roll? 21 perception check. The phone.
Keep it on a note and remember it.
For anyone but me.
I mean, shouldn't we at least get advantage if we, like, literally already know where it is?
Well, yeah. That'd be good.
Yeah, it doesn't make sense for us to not be like, oh, I don't see it. That thing I just saw him put down. Unless we want to have y'all get stuck in it.
No, not
do
allowed.
that.
Absolutely.
Ah, yeah, you gotta slowly rip the teeth out of Yala's leg.
Her tail gets caught.
Oh god, Yala loses the tip of her tail! My
Buddy,
tail.
no!
Yala out here being Amarok.
Y'all's not as stupid as Buddy.
I said
I hope
Amarok.
so.
You know, both coming in
but
with
I-
rebels.
buddy.
Oh, yeah.
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 Man.
Them close?
Where is where and what and why and how? Beep 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 bodoo. As so about 100 feet out, you see some planty sand cacklers,
Calculars.
caculars pop out of the sand.
And they cackle.
Crackalackle. And you see some cactus mantis crawl out of the hole behind them. Boop. What do?
She'll let the group know. She kind of like gets her bow at the ready again and is like, Nim, Merrymaker.
Hmm?
Up ahead. And she just kind of points with her nose.
I almost said it's a furry.
If
It's a flurry!
Wow.
if I can, if I go prone with my hunting rifle, can I like set it up so I don't have the issue with using it with two hands?
What do you mean?
He wants to sniper rifle it.
Yeah, basically like sniper rifle it. Since I have a broken hand and I technically can't hold it with two hands, can I like if I go prone, can I like set it on my arm for the stability?
Just sit it on
Oh.
the side of the boat and snipe from here.
Well,
That was the plan.
boat's also pretty flat. So he'd
Well,
still
yeah.
have to be prone.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, that could work. I mean, I don't know if you want to flavor text having something to hold the gun from jumping up since you're not actually holding it.
Snowdrop.
Oh.
You really are just trying to get Snowdrop killed.
No, I just thought it'd be a really funny visual of Snowdrop just sitting on the gun.
If we have the time to prepare, Samson will take off one of like the scrap pieces and kind of like tie the barrel to his arm.
Yeah, because of Pass Without Trace, they don't really see you so much. But like, obviously, you know, as far as they are aware, you haven't moved, and you also haven't moved.
So, at the very last second, right before you roll initiative, I will cast haste on those two.
Samson's just keeping an eye out for if they get too close. Do we need to roll stealth?
Only if you want to. Because all the stealth
Well, I
checks gonna give you is all you're gonna get is a plus 10 to the thing.
Well, yeah, I don't know if we need to roll it to not be cool.
No, because as I'm interpreting Pass Without Trace, it creates an area of shadows and silence.
Yeah, that's why it gives the bonus. That's just like the flavor for it.
Oh.
The actual effect.
Why are you trying to talk down my ability?
Because I want to roll dice. You guys do the same shit all the time. I don't want to hear nothing.
Yeah, but you always get what you want.
No, I don't.
So typical interpretation is you only really gain the effect beyond the last flavor text of you not having tracks or other traces. Wait, so is the whole thing based on if you roll stealth?
Oh, yeah, because stealth is the not being seen thing.
Oh, because I always figured Pass Without Trace was it has an initial passive and then the active is, you know, grabbing that plus 10 to any stealth checks you make.
No, so it's just passively gives you the plus 10 bonus, the tracking thing.
And it's
like,
only
the
if
no
you
track.
try to hide does it become... Oh, the tracking
Yeah.
and the no tracking thing are unrelated to the actual check you make.
Yes.
Right, okay, so I was half right.
Because it's like, you could say you sneak really well, but you leave tracks. But in this case, you sneak really well and don't leave any tracks.
What does this say?
That says 90.
90 feet.
Okay.
Really hard to read these numbers when you're zoomed out.
Huh?
Yeah, it's a big map.
Ah!
You good?
Nope.
Okay, cool.
So Samson's tying down, preparing for a surprise attack.
Well, if we get spotted, we might.
We'll get off the boat. Move a little
Stealthily?
stealthfully. Where am I? Where's my thing? Yeep.
I imagine, like, stealthfully for Mr. Golem as he just, like, puddles into sand and just pours around.
Right?
Yeah. He just kind of has auto stealth in this particular environment.
How do I whisper again?
/W name message, I think.
And then uwu.
Oh, I
You
wonder
have
if
to end
for,
it with uwu.
I wonder if for Jade you have to put, for Yellow you have to put /whisper the.
I don't know what happened. Because it changed
you
to
happen.
Well, but like it turned into the automatically when I changed the name, and then when I
I mean,
changed it back, it
it's-
was like, nope, you're the forever.
It's still normal for me.
It still says
Oh.
the for me.
Oh,
Same.
I see it. Jade with space the.
I mean, yeah, it only takes the first thing. That's why it's just Sam. That's why it says just Samson, and not Samson J. Merrymaker. And he was able to make merry before all this.
Yeah.
We'll get
Before
there.
his
It'll be
friends
fine.
hated him.
Hyala will die, and you'll be free to live your life.
Not
No.
allowed.
Or yes?
Samson still has Samson still has an O from Zanzibar, right?
Yep.
Also, look at here, chat. I need an answer to the question.
Oh man.
Man,
What do you mean?
it'd
Oh
be
my
nice if we
fucking
got to
god!
know what was going on.
I asking a DM to DM question, which requires some amount of secrecy. If I had another DM to hand, I'd ask them. I don't. Maybe you should DM a campaign. Then I could ask you.
She's DM'd.
Yeah, what the fuck? Shay's right here. And Jade is right here, our star pupil.
Jade is not right here. Jade is gone. Jade died. LOL, sorry.
Ed?
Holy fucking shit, give me time to answer your question, you nerd.
You haven't.
had
You've
30
literally said nothing. There was no indication you were even thinking about it.
Oh, what? How many
They're not-
indications should I give of thinking? Should I go,
I feel like the
Yeah!
not saying anything was the indication of thinking about it.
Yeah,
Or you
you
could've
should know
said-
that after all these years, you fanoogle.
Oh my god.
Language.
How about so we
now
avoid
we've
this
lost
problem
our
further?
PG-13.
If you need a second to think, just tell me, give me a second, I'll think on it. And then you don't have to, you know, go at me because I have no idea if you're even paying attention.
What was that?
Exactly.
Cool.
Pog? No pog.
Pog ain't even.
I'm looking at the commands for Foundry.
You can do that?
Hmm?
You can do that?
Yeah,
How does
that's how
one
you
look at the
specify that
commands?
I'm. Huh?
How does one look at commands?
I'll just send you a list.
Oh, you have a list! Oh, damn!
I literally just googled Foundry commands.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Wow.
that's how you specify your out of character.
Ah, okay. So, how long does Pass Without Trace last?
Is it
An hour.
Interesting.
Wow. The same amount of time as a short rest. Crazy.
Weird.
That's why shadow monks are pretty good. For a monk.
Does it dispel if you end up in combat?
I don't know if it's concentration.
It is concentration.
So
Right.
if Ella gets hit,
I have to remember to roll, which I won't, so someone else remember to make me roll.
haha. Unless.
Yeah, they are just approaching, but it seems pretty evident that they're not entirely aware where you are, and therefore obviously cautious. Playing defensive. This is home turf. Turf must be defended.
We are essentially just poachers. Like, hi. Thanks for letting us into your home. Bang!
Roll me another perception, Yala.
Perception.
DC 14 again.
Perception. Percept.
Damn.
What didn't you perceive?
So you see the
These-
sand cacklers burrow back into the ground, but they burrow deep enough that you no longer can really track where they are or where they're going. They may have left, they may not have left. They've disappeared,
Not
right?
gonna lie, I really hope
Yeah.
one of them hits the bear trap so bad. Because imagine like it's just totally quiet and then
I mean, it's sitting above ground.
Yeah,
though.
it's sitting above ground, so
They're just vibing underneath it.
Quick, turn it upside down.
all of a sudden the bear trap just sets off for no reason. Jala's just like, did you set it properly? You only have one hand. Can't tell whether it was just moved and went off or...
I mean, it being moved is still of concern. So, should Yala shoot something?
That's up to Yala. Because they're just
like I said, the
slowly...
second initiative starts, I'm casting haste on them.
Alright, if they're getting closer,
Yeah, this guy's too close. He needs to be
That-
shot.
Yeah, Samson's going to. Did Nim say that she was going to haste everyone?
Yeah.
Alright, and Samson will ask Nim to do it now, and he will try and pop off the shot. Probably
Alright.
on. This one? And I'm gonna use my whole Bonz's blast.
I'm also gonna give it to Kella because I'm gonna twin this.
Yeah.
So, I'm treating this as a surprise round. So, you'll get the surprise attack off, and then you roll initiative along with everybody else.
Hog. Alright.
So
Which
both
one? The one
Samson-
top, middle, or lower?
For me, I'm going to be doing. I think this one.
The one all the way at the top?
Yep.
Where are those condition things? No.
That again.
Wait, wouldn't you have advantage since you're undetected already?
Oh yeah.
Too bad advantage doesn't stack.
Yeah. Well, advantage exists because of stacking bonuses. Because, in older editions, it used to be, you get like a +10 to your roll because of a surprise, and then a +5 because someone's helping you out, and then a +5 because you're in the full moon, and then a +5 because the enemy's upside down, but it's a -7 because it's your second attack.
Can I flip the enemies upside down?
Yes.
Cool.
Alright.
Just run, grab a cactus.
Mm-hmm.
So... Wait. Oh, I hit disadvantage.
Take the
That's
19.
supposed to be a 19.
19 is better.
Yeah?
Just tell me, when you total up the numbers, tell me while I put things together.
Alright, so it should be 30. Be a 30 to hit.
Be a 30 to hit the one at the top, right?
Yep.
That hits.
Right.
I don't think there was ever any doubt.
For 30 damage.
For a total of 30 damage. Wait, no, wrong song. $30 damage, you said, right?
Yep.
Ah, no, I don't need the sheet open to do this. Huh. As I thought. And then combat
and I believe-
begins. Rounds open. Roll initiative. Right. Would Samson just automatically go first because he got the surprise round?
No.
Right. Okay. Just checking what the mechanics normally are.
And I'm also going to use the second action granted to me from haste. Because it's a surprise round.
Yeah.
Make another attack. Against the same one. This time. Not at disadvantage. But also, probably not at advantage.
It's still the sneak attack round, so I'm going to say yes. You have a full usage of your kit for sneak attacks before, you know.
Imagine getting shot and then being surprised when you get shot the second time.
Well, I can't. Sadly, I cannot do sneak attack again. But that one's a 21 to hit.
Because I'm imagining it is you just quickly unload 2 shots. It's not like your revolver.
Yeah.
Your rifle has a magazine, right? It's not a.
It's got a revolving cylinder.
Yeah. So it's very easy for you to just pop off 2 shots. It's not like it's a breech loader. You've got to pull back the bolt or breech open the gun, load the thing. It's also not like it's a lever action or bolt action. Jane's gonna stab me with all my bad terminology.
Yeah, because we know Jade loves guns.
Jade loves guns.
Yeah, it's not like it's a bolt rifle either, where you gotta pull back the bolt and get the cartridge out, load it up again, close the bolt, lock it down.
But yeah. Anyway, 21 to hit.
21 hits, same target.
And target. For 14 damage. Wow, I rolled another 7 on damage.
Yay! Damage!
You rolled another what? How much damage?
14. For a total of 44.
So... you do that? Anything else in the kit?
Yeah. I believe so. Let me just double check. Words. Fuck. No, not the abacus.
Sanson's gonna tally up his damage right then and there. Put it in the diary.
Heavy.
Dear diary, today I did 44 damage. I don't know exactly what that means, but it feels good.
No, no. I'm all out of stuff.
He's all out of stuff, ladies and gentlemen. Alright. So that means roll initiative, yes? Lads and lasses?
All right.
Damn, that was a high initiative there, Samson, my boy.
Funny number.
Funny number.
Now, Kiala, do your thing.
Hold on.
Oh, you're still doing stuff.
pin this here for now, and then I'm gonna move it to general campaign info. I miss not being able to make a block of Fog of War anymore. Or at least I haven't figured out how to do it.
A blog of war.
Because I'm pretty sure if I do this, nobody sees anything. Did everything go black?
Nope.
No,
Well, it
but
went black for a second, and now everything's
wasn't
here.
Fog of War, but nothing changed on my end.
Yeah, it went black while loading.
I'm not the lowest this time. And then watch the sand cacklers pop up, and then that'll be a lie.
So everybody got their rolls in?
Yeah.
Joel, you're not gonna shoot?
It's not my turn.
We're doing a surprise round thing.
Yeah, and Samson did his surprise round, and now it is his turn.
Yeah. Alright. And Samson's going. How far away is this one? Fire off against this one.
Shoot your shot, mister.
Alright. And he is going to do it. 20 features, steady aim. Advantage. Let's go! So that's 96 damage.
96 in total?
Holy shit, that was almost max damage.
96 to the one in the middle, right?
Yep.
Alright, how do you want to execute him? Call your shot.
I can't really think of a cool way to do this.
If you want to hand it to me, I'll let you.
Go for it.
So, you take aim, you got everything all tied up, you got 2 good shots off, and before they can even react, you know, some of them start making noises, doing their squeaks and shrieks, you flip over to the other one, you dial in your sight, you've got the bullet ready, its name is plastered on the bullet, and you pull the trigger. It rips out from the ground across the sands with an audible ping. The cartridge, the cylinder rotates, and through the smoke you see it go straight in between the eyes of this bug. And it must have hit something hard inside the bug, because the bullet, you see, rip out of the back of this insect's head, green slime spewing everywhere, as it then proceeds to go through the pods that lie on its back, ripping them open like water-filled balloons. and it shrieks in terror as it falls to the ground, limp and lifeless. Good enough?
Very good. And then...
Also, it's at this point that I will relay. Each one of these cactus mantis have 3 pods.
Alright, and then he is going to use his... I'm going to use my other action to ready this one if it comes within reach. If it comes within reachy.
Richie. That's pretty pawn of you. So basically what you're saying is if it comes within range, you get a reaction on it.
Yep.
Okay.
And my range is 80 feet. So if it's within 80 feet of me.
Alright, what the Hyala doing? Well, if that's the end of Samson's turn.
Oh, that's the end of my turn.
Alright. Clicky the thingy.
You're right. It's Yala's turn.
Quick question, do you have to re-roll the concentration now, or when you do something?
Concentration is only if you take damage.
Right. So she's fine.
Yeah.
What the Hyala doing?
I think Jade had to step away for a sec.
Oh.
How's everybody's day been? You guys have a good dinner?
I haven't eaten dinner.
Yeah, my dinner's good. Make good tacos.
Fantastic.
I was kind of hoping for some tacos, but my taco delivery man was like, AOB, I can't.
Yeah, I'm an asshole. Can't believe he might have had things to do. Not deliver tacos.
It sounds like you should go to a restaurant.
Well, I offered to go come and pick up the tacos, but he's like, nah, bro, no tacos for you. And I'm like, okay, alright, fam, I see. But hey, yo, maybe next time.
Maybe.
Maybe you could just plan to get tacos earlier in the day? Question mark.
I have things to do.
I mean, yeah, but if it's something you plan in advance, it might actually be able to happen.
I'm back.
Welcome back. It's Hyala's turn.
Oh. Already?
Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I did a big bonzo blast.
Okay.
And he killed one of the cactus mantises.
Your move.
Duel Masters. Alright, that was the name of the TCG that had the CGI everything.
Yeah. Who's the kid with the spiky hair?
Shabu! The
Please don't.
giant whale fortress.
I actually
Hey.
had that tabletop.
Like the card game and everything?
Yes.
That's
They
awesome.
had this, like, exclusive mat you could get with it if you bought it on, like, the day it came out. And one of my brothers got it for their birthday. So my mom bought 5 decks so we could all play. And only 2 of us played it.
So what the Kyala doing? Running up to
she's
the bug.
Yeah. Then she does the Slayer's Prey thing, and then once she does hit it, it should do the favored foe thing. So she shoots it, what, 3 times?
You walked up to its face to just start popping off shots?
Yeah.
Let's fucking go!
My strongest weapon is the bow.
And don't forget, you get an extra attack.
Yeah, that's why I said 3 times.
Let's fucking go!
So you're popping off shots with the bow?
Yeah. Just like, hello, sir. Do you have time to talk about our Lord and Savior shoot you in the face?
Why not? Why yes I do. What is your new religion? Ah!
Oh, roll your 3 attacks.
Wee.
Hit.
Oh. Great.
Hit. Hit.
Wee.
Let's go.
So now 3 damages and 2 1d6s.
Yeah.
Damage.
I saw the 16. I'm like, why are you rolling another attack roll?
So 16, 11, and 14, and then plus 2.
So far it's 41.
Jesus Christ. Kill is crack.
Yeah. So that's 44.
FYI. This 18, 17, and 18. We're a 3, 2, and 3.
Damn,
Kella, Kella has a 5% chance to miss. She got the...
The Zanzibar bows are good.
Yeah. Kayla said I woke up and chose bonk damage.
Oh yeah, that's her Sherpa. I sometimes forget that thing is just about as cracked as the Great Bow.
Yeah.
Oh no, the Great Bow is way worse.
No,
Yeah.
wait, better!
Yeah,
No,
that's what I
both.
mean.
Both.
So...
It's worse for people she considers an enemy.
It's...
Like that.
yeah, one of those damage rolls was 11. Yeah, how do you want to kill this thing?
And do you get to change your target?
I'm gonna say no.
Should I have spaced out the rolls? Whoops.
Hey,
I mean,
you're,
I wouldn't have
you're
thought of it,
dropping
'cause I
a
assumed
new...
once it died, you wouldn't be attacking it.
Yeah.
Probably.
Especially since, can't you switch the target of your Slayer's thing once it dies, or is that a different spell?
Yes, but I think you have to like re-bonus action. Or wait, no, it may actually auto-switch. That one auto-switches. Wait, hold on, where is it? Features. Slayer's Prey. Bonus action. It doesn't say, but I think just based on what it does say, it's another bonus action to redo Slayer's Prey. Let me check favored foe.
Yeah, I might have been confusing it for either Hunter's Mark or...
all of the other things that do this function.
Yeah, since you're attempting to target that creature, I'm gonna say unless you can switch to another target naturally, I'm gonna say it's you just walk up and shoot 3 things into it, irregardless.
Well, I mean, they're shot one at a time.
Then we will flip a coin to see, since we seem to be at a kind of an impasse.
Yeah, because the first one did the 19.
Foundry likes you. I will allow you to
Wow.
switch.
Okay, So at what
Obviously, though, it just won't be targeted because it doesn't seem like you can switch Slayer's Prey.
Well, yeah, so those both would have been eaten by the first shot anyways, so shot number 1 would have been 19.
It still would have killed it. So you got 2 more arrows.
Okay, so the other 2 rolls.
Yes.
The 11 and the 14?
Yeah. Add them up and select your target.
25 at the other thing that's on the board.
Hey,
That isn't Samson.
So it's 25, right?
Yes.
I knew I shouldn't have healed.
And you unleash 2 more arrows across the field at the other mantis, having them stick into its body and it reeling in pain.
It's running around like a character in Elden Ring with arrows sticking out of its forehead.
Oh, fuck!
Ew. Oh. Finish her off, Nim.
Or don't.
Or him. Or fireball the party.
Yeah.
No. Well, okay, I can't promise that won't happen, honestly.
Can you change the damage from fireball to deal psychic damage?
No, because I don't have transmuted spell.
Emotion
Yeah.
ball.
Emotion ball.
Y'all has been hit
Emotional
with that.
damage.
Emotional damage!
Now, the only types are acid, cold, fire, lightning, poison, and thunder.
That,
When do you learn Therapomancy?
Never.
oh yeah, Zanzibar will teach her that.
I like to trust. So,
And
I-
how does it make you feel?
It doesn't. I feel nothing.
I see.
And then
It
she
just
does
starts,
hog and does a backflip away.
just writes on the
Before Buddy
clipboard.
got sunglasses.
He's just sitting there in a Sigmund Freud outfit, writing on a clipboard, and the clipboard just reads, "Bitch, be crazy."
That was about Freud's level of...
Ligman fraud.
I'm just gonna stand here. And then she's
Ligman
gonna
fraud.
Alright.
Also, I'm gonna have Snowdrop help me, so I get advantage on this shot.
Huh?
Snowdrop,
What is Snowdrop helping you with?
shoot chromatic orb.
You can take the help action.
Alright, that's weird as all shit, but...
No, you see, Snowdrop is the chromatic orb.
Snowdrop is my emotional support magic familiar.
Hey, you're the one who gave her the familiar.
I
Using
did,
it like a familiar.
but the fucking
Yeah.
help action is like the weirdest shit ever. Because the idea that somebody or anything with non-magic could help a spellcaster cast better is just stupid and makes
But
no
moral
sense.
support. They could
that's
be
why
like, I got your
Samson
back.
doesn't help with with chromatic orb. Snowdrop has magic.
He does, but he's also an animal.
Does 19 hit?
Yes.
Hog. I'm gonna... Hold on, I have to check the thing before I roll the damage. The dabblage. Oh my god, there's so many tabs.
Let's go burr.
Yay, burr.
Okay, cool, that's... Let's try this out. Because I gotta add a +5 to this. Do I re-roll that one? Do I not care? I don't care. I just shoot it. Does 21 kill it?
No.
Sad, so tragic. Took the help action. So then, homie here, gun. Huh? Let's see. And I don't have any bonus action, so I can't kill it. Sorry.
It's fine. As long as we get this done in a minute.
Why? What's in a minute?
We lose haste and can't do anything for a round.
Oh.
Yeah.
But
Alright.
before then,
Oh,
we are
wait.
invincible.
Yeah, that Mr. Golem can't take an action because he's not close enough. He's on melee, right?
Yeah.
Also, Nim, please don't get hit and lose concentration.
Oh, also,
Wait,
Nim's
couldn't
gonna
you
get back
just
on the
move him
fucking
over?
boat. That's Nim's getting it back on.
Oh.
Now I have my turn.
Alright.
Stay safe.
Stay name.
Oh,
That's why I got on the boat
Jade
again.
never ended her turn, and you never ended your turn.
I can't end mine if Jade doesn't end hers.
That is true.
Alright.
I can't
Crack
end mine when I
elected.
forget to end mine.
Well, let's see. Technically, Shala, Samson, and Nim. Shala selected Nim and Samson for Pass Without Trace, right?
Mhm.
It's an AoE.
Yeah.
No, it's a select
Oh, is
thing.
it?
Yeah. It's like X number of people within 30 feet of you or
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So the only thing that technically is visible is Mr. Golem. I have that right?
Yeah, if he's not under the effect, then that's correct.
Yeah, because the rest of you still aren't revealed.
We're passing without trace.
something.
Yeah.
Yeah, we only have Uno and Dose.
So one of us is gonna die.
No Ricci.
Exactly.
No Ricci. No pawn. Problem.
No bitches.
No, Yaku.
No Yaku.
Yaku is behavior. Me, as I call every tile I put down.
Truly Yaku-less behavior.
This is why you have no Yaku.
I'm just calculating some stuff and things.
My computer can bite me.
What happened?
Did it die?
It's completely frozen.
Oh no.
Oh god, you
Like-
dropped out of Foundry too.
Yeah. I have to force crash it